Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2025 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we inform us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and also pulled the Four Agreement and Wisdom of the Oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have the Sun. So technically at the time of recording this, we're just wrapping up a Pisces season now, and then of course we'll be in Aries season for the first few weeks through April, and then around the 19th or 20th or so of April we'll move into Taurus season. So Sun will basically be transitioning from your 10th to 11th house this month, and eventually into your 12th at the end. Alright, and we have Gemini, so obviously that's you guys as far as what you have going on there, astrologically speaking. Of course, we have Jupiter there. It's been there for some time, and I do see some Jupiter energy in your spread as well. And we have 6. So 6th house energy for you guys is Scorpio. Astrologically speaking, it's a little quiet there now. I will say in May there will be a full moon in Scorpio, but in general, 6th house points to health, work, daily routines, and criticism even to an extent. So those could be some of the main focuses for you guys this month. Keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. Alright, so in the main situation position, we have the 8 of Swords, Gemini energy, and challenging that we have the Page of Cups. So seeing these two things here, could just be saying that currently you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, maybe trapped in your head, right, not knowing what next step to take. And with this coming up in the challenging position, it could just be saying that maybe there's an offer that's come your way, and you're not quite sure if you want to pursue that offer or not. You might feel that maybe it has some good qualities to it, but you might feel like something's missing as well. So that could be why you're a little bit on the fence at this time. And given that we do see the fish there, more than likely this is something that did come through as we've been moving through Pisces season. In the foundation position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here. So I will say, if this is a financially related thing, maybe that's where you're feeling a little bit torn, right? Because maybe where you're currently at, you might not feel like it's all that fulfilling anyway. So someone comes along with another offer, like, well, hey, if you're not too happy where you're at now, why don't you try this, right? And there's maybe a part of you that's considering it, but you're like, well, okay, just because this situation isn't ideal, I already see some flaws in the other situation, so does it make sense to jump into that, right? So that could be what you're looking at right now. In the past position, we have the Queen of Cups. So yeah, so this is Cancer energy here, and this could be another indicator that it could be related to finances for a lot of you. And if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that you more likely have an idea that you could put out there, right? Something that you've thought about for a long time, and it seems like it would be successful, but for whatever reason, it seems like you have some reluctance to actually put it out there. So for some of you, maybe this is your own thing, right? Maybe this is actually a plan you have for yourself, and you might feel like, well, okay, yeah, this has the potential to shift things in a more successful manner for me compared to where I am now, but you might feel like it's not ready yet, right? So that could be where you're holding yourselves back in that regard to an extent. All right, in the present position, we have the Emperor. So like I said, technically at the time of recording this, we're just wrapping up Pisces season, but given that this is an April reading, it makes sense to see this come up in the present, because it could just be saying that now, as we have more Aries energy at play, you guys might actually start to gain a little bit of confidence in what your plan is. In the near future position, we have the Tower. So yeah, so to me it says, well, of course this could play out a couple different ways, right? For some of you, this could just be saying the thing that you've been holding on to that isn't really working anyway, just might be removed from the situation for you. And then for others of you, this could just be saying that you might be the ones that ultimately do decide to leave that situation behind. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually Jupiter energy here, which we did mention with the dice as far as that's also in your sign at this time. So yeah, this could ultimately just be saying that it looks like the timing is right now, right? So like I said, maybe in the past it wasn't. Maybe that's why you had your doubts, like, oh, I don't think this is ready yet. But whether it's after the tower moment happens that you realize that, okay, yeah, maybe it is time to pursue this path, or it's one of those things where you make that decision first, and because of that, you might cause the tower. It does seem like these two things are aligned with each other. All right, in the environment position, we have temperance. So this is the major arcana energy for Sagittarius, which is your seventh house of contracts, relationships, partnerships. So yeah, so for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe there is a supportive other person in the dynamic in some way, right? So whether this is a romantic connection, friendship, a business contract, you name it, it looks like there is support in the environment. So whether it's directly through another person or just spiritually, the energies at play right now seem to be supporting this move. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have death. So for some of you, this is probably more of a fear. And this is sixth house energy for you guys, which we did mention came up in the dice as well. So it could just ultimately be saying that maybe you have a fear of whatever this thing is that you've had going on, right? So, like I said, my initial thought for a lot of you is this is more of a work related thing, but even if it is a relationship you've been in for a long time, a friendship, right? Looks like there was some reluctance to let it go on your part, but looks like the timing just might be right this month. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the King of Swords. So this is technically Aquarius energy here, but of course you guys are also an air sign, so it makes sense to see this come up in the outcome position. But yeah, ultimately this says to me that whatever plays out here, right? Like I said, it looks like you might have had your doubts, and it looks like for some of you are already moving out of that. But if not, it could just be saying that as we progress through Aries season, you'll start to shake off some of that doubt. And then by the time we get toward the end of the month, you're going to be feeling a lot more sure of yourselves, a lot more confident with your pathway forward. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. So Aries energy here as well. So yeah, this could just be saying that ultimately you guys might have spent some time just waiting for a situation to clear up for you, and could just be saying that, you know, maybe you realized, okay, maybe that wasn't necessarily working, right? So just to use a generic example, again, going back to the Seven of Pentacles, right? Or maybe even working at a certain place for however many, maybe 7 years, or given that we have seven pentacles there, and you're expecting, like, okay, you know, I've done the work, right? Maybe you're expecting to see rewards of that work, but maybe they're just not coming along, right? Then there might be some other, let's say, a competitor who's in the same field who offers you a position like, hey, you know, if you're not necessarily happy with where you are now, why don't you try this, right? But you're like, oh, but I don't know if this is ideal. And then for some of you might ultimately decide, you know what, let me give it a shot, right? So again, like I said, that's one of many ways it could be playing out. This could be a one-to-one partnership, you name it, but it's a general way the energies could be playing off each other. From the four agreements, we have always do your best and honor yourself. Okay, it says honor the man or woman that you are. Take the risk to express your dreams. Taking action is about living fully and expressing what you are. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, especially for those of you where, like I said, if this is more of a solo journey where you've had your own idea around something, but you felt like it wasn't necessarily ready, right? You've been holding back, holding yourselves back in that regard, which could definitely be possible given that the Eight of Swords is a Gemini energy. Hopefully this message resonates in that regard as far as stepping into the confidence and moving forward with the plan. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have new life. There's the artwork, and the number is 39. See what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says burst of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. The Oracle's message: when spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. So, yeah, definitely a positive message there, and seems to resonate well with the general spread. All right, the relationship message says new energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well, right? Because we do see, like I mentioned with that Temperance card, this seems to be a supportive energy, whether it's through another person directly or just spiritually. You see the Wheel of Fortune in your position, so definitely two really strong energies there. So if this is more of a relationship dynamic, that seems to align well with that. All right, the prosperity message says you have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you, the light and the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, works, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. So yeah, Fortune is smiling on you just as the perfect fit, given that you have Wheel of Fortune in your position, which, like we said, is Jupiter energy, which is in your sign for at least a few more months. So definitely a positive message there as well. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We're up there, and we'll see you all next month. All right, bye.